Welcome to my dear good people of Nigeria. I greet you all again today, and I bring you all glad tidings. My people, my name is Ben, aka Benny Davis. As some of you know, I'm always here to talk about political matters in Nigeria and in Africa. I'm always here to talk about how leadership has failed us as a people in Nigeria and in Africa. And I'm always here to remind our people about the need for them to channel their energy towards the right source rather than the wrong source, which is on calling on God. And telling them that God has actually done virtually everything for us as a people. That we should on our own wake up and begin to hold our leaders to account for their stewardship. And so that's the reason I always come here, my people. Today, I want to talk about the proposed protest that is being planned in Nigeria come 1st of August this year. My people, I've spoken a couple of times about that protest. Before I go into that protest today, I want to say apologies to some of us who might not be comfortable with some of the things I do say or that I do want to say today. But make no mistake about it, that whatever it is that I say or that I've said before is all said out of my personal conviction and love for my fatherland, Nigeria. My people, I greet you all, and I want you all to please listen to what I've got to say today. If whatever it is that I want to say today makes sense to you, please take it. If it doesn't make sense to you, please find a way to accept it. I'm going to talk about Nigeria, my country, and our country. You will recall that some time ago, I woke up and I had a reflection about my country, Nigeria. And my thought then was very clear. I started asking myself some very serious and fundamental questions about my country, Nigeria. And I said to myself, why are we suffering as a people, even though we've been so blessed by God? I asked myself, why are we suffering as a people in the midst of plenty? And I asked myself, why have we been so blessed with natural resources, but with bad leaders? These and many more questions actually came to my mind. And as I speak to you, my people, I still struggle to find answers to many of them. Again, I sat back again and I started looking at the, Nigerian trajectory, how far we've come as a people. In my little time on earth, I saw a beautiful country called Nigeria. I saw a country where it was proud to Africans. I saw a country where people were proud to associate themselves with the country called Nigeria. I saw a country where, as a Nigerian, you're respected anywhere you go around the globe. But today, all that has become history. You must ask yourself, why? Why has all this happened to us as a people? And why is this still happening to us as a people? I came to the conclusion that something, misery, if you ask me, is responsible for all this. Because you can't have a country that is so blessed with everything and yet the people are suffering. Then something is wrong somewhere. There is a disconnect somewhere. And I've also said that Nigeria is one country that I know in the world, under this earth, that is so prayerful. I've asked the question many times. If there's anyone who knows about any country in the world that is as prayerful as Nigeria, please do let me know. And nobody I repeat, nobody has come up to clear that assertion that they do know country A or B that is more prayerful than Nigeria. And so you must ask yourself the question, why, in spite of all these prayers, in spite of all these natural resources given to us by God, yet we're about the most suffering people in the world? This is not acceptable. It shows a clear disconnect in the entire system. And so I came to the conclusion, like I said before, that what I think is wrong somewhere, or wrong with us rather, started since 1999, sorry, beg your pardon, 1993. During the elections of our late hero, Moshood Kashimawo Abiola. I believe strongly, if I'm wrong, please, I stand to be corrected here. I believe very strongly that our problem started from 1993. When that election was held, when Moshood Abiola clearly won that elections, but the man had to pay the supreme price for it. And his wife too, Kudirat Abiola. I believe strongly that Abiola, the man, is not happy with Nigeria wherever he is today. I believe very strongly that we as a people, as Nigerians, must sit back and think about these matters very deeply. If possible, find a way to apologize to the Abiola and Abiola's family, I beg pardon, and Abiola himself. That whatever he is, he should forgive us as a people. Because since that election, if you ask me, like I did say, I stand to be corrected here, Nigeria has never seen a letter today anymore. All the leaders we've had from that time to date, they've actually gotten worse. Before the 1993 elections, Nigeria used to be a beautiful country, if you ask me. But after that incident of 1993, Nigeria has become a shadow of herself. And so for me, I think there's need for us as a people to sit down and ask for forgiveness. First from Moshood Kashimawo Abiola, and then ask for forgiveness from God. Because it doesn't make sense to think that with all these prayers, whether as Muslims, as Christians, as even traditional worshippers, the country is still in darkness. I have also said many times here, there are some countries in the world, they don't pray. They don't even know God. But life is good for them. And so you must ask yourself, what's going on here? Nigerians, if you ask me, are about the brightest people that I know in this world. Go to any part of the world, Nigerians are excelling like mad. I've had a personal experience where people, of different parts of the world have to tell us Nigerians that you guys are smart people. But in spite of all that, go back, go to Nigeria. It just doesn't reflect what people are, talking about us. My people of Nigeria, this demonstration of rather protest that is being planned, the youths of Nigeria must not allow this protest to degenerate into chaos, just so the government will not have opportunity to hijack the system. Because looking at all the parameters, that seems to be what they are planning to do. And so I call on the youths of Nigeria not to allow that to happen. And the only way that cannot happen is for them to come out and conduct themselves in such a responsible and peaceful manner, and then be able to send their message clearly to the government. The government of the day has shown very clearly that they are very insensitive to the plight of the people. I don't understand why now that they've had to call a series of meetings, traditional rulers, religious leaders, stakeholders, all because the youths